Welcome to my workshop. This is where we do a lot of testing of the plans that we design. This is regarding the lighthouse. You can see part way through the process. And I've run into a problem that I kind of knew I was going to run into, but I wasn't quite sure until I started. And it deals with the curves. We designed it for one long panel to go up and then bend like that. Now you'll notice the grain of the plywood runs this way, so it kind of means, you know, this was the piece that was up here. In order to get wood to bend, plywood to bend, you have to make saw cuts on the back side of it. So think of this long panel started out like that, and then cut it the shape, but then I ran into an issue up here. What happened was I made all the curve cuts to try and bend. You can see I cut right to the last layer of veneer in the plywood, but it still didn't have the give, because when I went to put it up against the curve, it cracked. So that's not going to work. So the solution I have is, and I'll go over to the plan, maybe this might help explain it. Here's one of the sheets where the two long panels. I think what I'm going to do is from the top of the panel, I'm going to go down, maybe I can go down as much as I want, I suppose, as long as I go down past the curve. But if I was to take this strip here, which is 4 feet long, and make that piece 4 feet long, then the grain of the plywood runs this way. So that when I make the curve cuts in the same direction as the grain of the plywood, what I'm left with is, this is a small example, but it's the same thing. You can see where the grain is this way, the curve cuts are in the same direction. What you end up with is a lot easier to bend. So that's the experiment I'm going to run now. I'm going to basically take, I think the top of this from here to here is like 16¼ inches. So I'm going to basically just going to cut 16¼ inches, or measure 16¼ inches here and go straight down 4 feet. This will be the top part of the wall. So 4 feet will come probably to about here maybe. And like I said, I could just make it say 2 feet, but I'd like to have a nice layer of plywood in behind this joint. So I might just do that. Come down 4 feet. And then, so there'll be a plywood joint here. And then in behind, well, we'll have to put, like, where the two pieces join here, in behind, there'll have to be a piece of plywood to join all that together so that it provides a good seam. Or cut the end of this board on an angle. Maybe on an angle this way. So this top board 45 this way, so then this bottom board will come up and sneak in behind that at a 45 as well. Still going to need a board in behind to keep it seamed together, but with an angled seam like that, any rain that comes down will just keep going down. It won't get into the crack and in behind the layer to join piece of plywood, and condensation and moisture causes rot. So like making this joint at an angle solve that problem. Makes it a little bit more, makes it a lot more work actually, but it's the only way that you're going to get a good sweep of that panel. That's what I'm thinking now. So it's it's going to require a bit of a rework with regards to the layout diagrams and that sort of stuff. And I'll only know once this works. It should work. So, but then it's a matter of figuring out the layouts and redoing that. But so far so good. Everything looks good. Catch you later.